Yeah.
I mean, just almost merely eliminated it. Threw the changeup more, threw the curveball a lot. And his curveball was actually pretty wicked.
Right.
So,
and
what's something that we've learned the Pirates are adjusting to this year as well?
Right.
It's almost
finally
it's like the same thing.
And
so it seems like it's a perfect fit.
Yeah, and say what you will about Huntington and the Pirates, but one thing that Huntington has been really good at is finding, bullpen arms or relievers, the starters, relievers, whatever, that end up, working out in the bullpen. Mm-hmm. I mean, Crick.
Look at the entire bullpen.
Crick, Rodriguez, which Rodriguez was literally just picked up off the scrap heap. Even going back to like Nicasio. And Nicasio originally wasn't signed to be that fifth starter. And a lot of people were comparing that to,
but I
that
think it's,
and the Vogelsong situation
to
in
be
16.
fair, the timing.
Right. And the timing kind of struck that way.
I don't think this is the replacement for Nova.
Nicasio wasn't slated for that rotation until we went on that ridiculous spring where he didn't allow an earned run the whole spring, and he struck out like 14 per 9. But when Nicasio went back to the bullpen, he was actually pretty good. That whole next year, he was really good. And then we got that
he's been good.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny, too, is like even last year with, I think, he was pitched with the Mariners, right? Even last year with the Mariners, his ERA was horrible. But like you look at his other numbers, like his FIP and everything, like he was actually a really good pitcher last year.
Right. So that's what I mean. So I mean,
like played for the Mariners.
They if anything, the Pirates seem to have a knack for finding, lesser guys that might not be the household names or other teams are looking at, and they end up turning out pretty well in the bullpen. So. Like I said, the timing of it. I mean, I don't hate the signing. It's just like we'll see what it goes. I don't expect Jordan Lyles necessarily to be the fifth starter and pencil it in before we even get to spring training. It's just
so Smitty wants me to show him my basketball numbers.
A lot of blocks, no points. that's pretty much.
And what's funny is now I look over and there's my picture. Yes, I'm in.
Oh yeah,
it's not a basement like Smitty, where they record out of. But it is my parents' house.
What are you talking about? We're at the Bellagio. What are you talking about?
It is the Bellagio.
Oh God, this is just something else.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
We got a glare. Oh my God,
it's me and my brother. And then so Ace asks, do you guys think they saw Lyles as a reclamation project or someone to plug in immediately? So again, and maybe it's more hopeful. I hope he's not really a starter.
Yeah.
I hope he's there to be a reliever. And I don't know if you really consider it like a reclamation project because Lyles was never really good and then went bad. He was like a good prospect, but he was never like the Liriano type.
Right.
He's just been a bad pitcher who now went to the bullpen, changed what he's done. It's almost like he's been reclaimed.
Right.
Like last year.
Right. I mean, and the guy spent a lot of his career in Colorado. I mean, Houston. I mean, these are, Hitters Parks. And what's funny is he actually had better numbers in Miller Park than he did at Petco last year with the Padres.
Well, and I think part of that, too, was because he did start for the Padres for like 5 games to start the season.
Then
once he fully transitioned to the reliever, like I said, those are good numbers. And they're right there.
I think he'll definitely plug in. They're right there. Right there.
So, yeah,
they are.
I will take those numbers.
I think he definitely plugs right in. It's just we don't know if it's bullpen or rotation. Like I don't think he's going to be like a, reclamation. We'll work with him. Like I think he has a role on this team. What was it, $2.5 million that they signed him at? So I think he definitely has a role in the team. It's just we'll see, and he'll probably compete for that fifth starter spot. I don't know, DiNardo. Maybe they'll do something and just bullpen one game. Lyles. Rodriguez, who knows?
They have it.
Adam Warren when we sign him. So, we could just have them all bullpen one day. Who knows? With Chad Kuhl's injury, you have Kingham and you're waiting on Keller, basically, like we're expecting, June or July.
Hopefully.
So,
but I hope they've learned a lesson from Tyone and they're not expecting Keller to be here.
Right.
I would love for Keller to be here, but let's go ahead and get that insurance right now. So let's go and get that other starter.
And I could see the comparisons for the Ryan Vogelsong pickup in 16 to like Lyles.
And that's what I said. Like what you said was a good point. I think of it's really was just the timing. That's why I can see how people are making that correlation. All right. So let's move on. So those are things that happened. Now the other things that have happened is a lot of rumors and talks about Cervelli. A lot of news. Nothing that actually happened.
Tobin asked, what about the Mercer signing? We applaud it. Nice job, Detroit. Nice job. No, I don't have to, I can sleep easy now and not have to worry about the Pirates maybe getting stupid and picking up Mercer to a 1-year deal.
And you know what? So I was on Twitter, and I had the tweet out, and I deleted it just because I'm like, we've been so hard on them. And you know what? It's over. There's no reason to be petty. But I wanted to quote the...
This is actually under your budget.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when you move in, Geico could help you save on renter's insurance.
Yep, Geico helped me with renter's insurance too.
The walls seem a bit thin.
It's a great building. You'll love it here.
We have mixers every Thursday.
Geico.
Tweet that said the Tigers have made a deal with... the Tigers have made a deal with Jordy Mercer. And I was like, I wanted to be like, no, correction. The Tigers now have to deal with Jordy Mercer. Sorry, Detroit.
Yeah. Whoops.
But you're rebuilding, so it's good.
He got like 5.7
5.5
million, yeah, something. So I mean, I was kind of surprised at that. I thought he'd get, but I mean, it's a starting job. I'm assuming obviously he's going to be starting.
1 year, 5, yeah.
Detroit's that's what they're doing. It's all 1-year deals. Mm-hmm. They signed Tyson Ross. They signed a bunch of guys. So
sign guys 1-year deals, see what they can do, and try to trade them because they need prospects.
The
they have
prove it
nobody
deal
that can trade for.
So
trade with.
But let's get into Cervelli.
So back to Cervelli. Like I said, there's a lot of rumors. He's been going to Boston. He's been going to Houston. He's been going to the Mets. He's been going to the Dodgers. We're getting Ross Stripling.
They're going to the concussion protocol.
One thing I do know is he has worn a shirt from around the 412, and you know what that means, Ryan.
It means trash.
So there's a lot of talks. We don't know where he's going, but that tells us he's going somewhere, right? He's got to get traded. He's running around the 412 shirt.
That's true.
He's being traded. He's done.
That's true. Has Pony tweeted about him?
I don't know.
Do the opposite. The opposite will happen. No, I mean, look, Cervelli. 1 year left. He's making, I think, the most money.
He's not too happy either.
Currently on
He's not
the
too happy.
Pirates.
He might go.
So, what was it? John Parada, our buddy John, that tweeted out the Cervelli to the Dodgers for Ross Stripling move. Now he's backed off of it, and now the Angels are involved, which I don't really know what the Angels are giving you.
Oh, I did see that.
But it's like,
why would the Angels even want him? Because you know what? No,
that's what the Angels are doing.
That's a perfect fit. He's going to the Angels. He is an Angel.
He can play DH
because it doesn't make sense.
But Pujols probably DH. Right. It doesn't make sense. But
he's an injury risk.
Right.
He's an Angel.
Yep. That's the thing. I mean, look, I love Cervelli. I don't really see a need to trade him. I get it, the money, but you already saved from Nova's deal. Unless you're going to clear house and really try to go after Machado, but I mean, even if you offer Machado something ridiculous, he still has to say yes, which isn't a guarantee. So so it's
the way I put it, and here's my thought. Now, this isn't a guarantee of if this is what the Pirates going to do, but here's my mindset: is having Nova, Cervelli, and Eric Gonzalez at short going to be better than, say, Ross Stripling, Diaz at catcher, and then say you go get Lowry. You know what I mean?
Right.
I could see Stripling definitely being better than Nova. You know what I mean? I could see Diaz probably being maybe slightly under what Cervelli brought. Right. But the upgrade of Gonzalez to, say, a Jed Lowry or someone else, that's how you reallocate those funds. That's how you reinvest, and then you're probably saving less money. I don't think Lyles is going to cost $20 million for the whole year, and what you save them 2 deals. So, you're probably still cleared some money, and you're better. It's just if that's what they're intending to do with this.
The problem is, I think that deal was totally out of thin air. I don't think there was any traction to it, and it sounds like Parada. I mean, it's Parada, but now he's backing off of it, and it's okay.
But someone else said something
sign me up for that deal.
The Dodgers have now. Oh, I think that was him again. It said they're rekindling talk.
But that's the same. But it's I mean, sign me up for that deal all day. That's the deal. If we trade Cervelli, it has to be to upgrade somewhere else. And you just traded Nova. You bring in Stripling, who has a lot of control. Not making much. Now he had a rocky second half, but I mean overall with the Dodgers, he had a really good year. I mean, struck out 12
if he can literally replace Nova,
right,
it's a win,
and you get more years from him.
The thing is, Nova has a ceiling,
right?
And it's very limited. Stripling could be a lot better. You know what I mean? I think at his worst,
no, I would take him. Definitely.
He's Nova this year. That's at his worst. So you only have up to go from there.
He was really good last year.
Now he's not good like a 4 or 5 win pitcher, I'm sure, but he could give you like 2 or 3 wins.
Right.
That's a win.
But
for what he's giving you, and
that's the thing. It's like we heard that, and it was like, okay, yes, like this is the move you have to, that would make sense. And then, then it comes out. Well, it might have just been Parada making things up.
Nova's face is my reaction to the winter meeting so far,
and it's like,
right here. How's the winter meetings going?
Yeah. Where is it?
Is it not going to come on?
I guess not. There. Nope. Cervelli.
Yeah, I don't have Nova's face.
But
next time,
and I don't know. I don't know if there's a deal with, but Cervelli for a starter, and Stripling would have been the perfect thing. Like, it made sense.
But
who knows if it'll happen?
Yeah,
but I'm in.
I doubt it. And if it does, I could see that the Pirates maybe having to eat money.
Alex Wood. Yeah, Smitty says feels like Wood's more likely. Good Wood.
That would make more sense because that's the thing too. Like the Dodgers are trying to unload Wood to unload salary.
Right.
Which, by the way, the Dodgers, second year in a row, are trying to dump salary.
Red Sox say they need to. They trim their payroll,
right.
And we just saw the Indians trade Edwin and get Santana back. Santana's like moving all over the place.
But yeah, so that's why that didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me either, unless the Pirates would have to include money. But I think that I'd still do that deal. I mean, because I think if they made that heads up, the Pirates won that deal.
Oh yeah.
Now if the Pirates chip in and pay, then it makes more sense, and of course you don't have all those savings, but I would still do it. But anyways, yeah. So
but that's what I mean. Like if you're trading Cervelli like for a starter or something that upgrades the rotation, like that's what you would have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it would trading Cervelli. You can't eat some payroll because I mean Cervelli was he's going to be making 10.5 whatever 11.
Yeah,
so
11.
You can it makes sense. So we'll see. It's interesting. Yep. There's options out there, and like I said, Nova's gone, so maybe Cervelli is next. Plus the concussion thing. I mean, I love Cervelli, and his value is at the catcher position. If he's not catching and he has a concussion and they're moving him to first base or he's just on the DL, there's no value. And he's had so many concussions, and it's like I just don't know how much longer he's going to be able to be behind the plate.
No, it's a very valid point. And like I've mentioned out that the Pirates have so many risk players this year that I would just rather have someone I'd rather play it safe on some players. We'll get into a little on the podcast.
Ace says the Dodgers
they can't afford to get too many risky players.
Dodgers are dumping salary; they don't want to win. Same with the Indians.
That's why they didn't win last year.
Yeah,
they dumped salary.
That's right.
All right, so let's move on. So we put out a poll, and this is what we're going to do each week. We're going to have something, of course. I mean, this is going to be less information, more fun, although it's a winter meeting, so, of course, a lot more information this time. But so we put out a poll like we do every week to do something. It's a Christmas season. We put out some things. They said they wanted to hear the top Christmas movies.
There it is.
So Ryan and I got our top 10 Christmas movies.
Uh-huh.
You want to go first, Ryan, or do you want me to go first? Because you already said mine's trash. And we'll have the people tell us through Twitch who's got the better list.
Do you want to go back and forth, or you just want to unload the first list? And then
let's just go unload the first list.
All right. Give me my list.
All right.
Put it up there. So now we added we debated on Frosty and Rudolph because I feel like those are like TV movies.
Yeah.
Like Frosty's a half hour.
But it still counts.
Is it a movie? But yeah, anyway.
Counts.
So, okay. So let me start here. Yes, Gremlins is my number 10. Gremlins is
Smitty already picks you as a winner.
There we go. So Smitty knows what's up. Gremlins is a Christmas movie. So anybody up there debates that.
Technically, it is.
Gizmo was one of the best Christmas presents of all time, man.
That's right.
Except for just don't get them wet.
Except for all the other presents he provided.
Yeah, right. Which I always thought, they said don't feed them after midnight. Well, what time did it cut off? Did it cut back off at 6 a.m., 7 a.m.? Like, when was the cutoff? Because technically, any time's after midnight.
That's a good point.
They never brought that up, did they? But anyway, Gremlins, good stuff. So that's 10. 9, I have to throw Rudolph on there. It's a classic, but I know you. We'll see when DiNardo's list comes up.
This list sucks. So I'm drinking my tea.
Rudolph is a little. He's overrated. It's a little overrated.
None of my business.
Plus, he's in today's age, he's getting a little bully in the misfit. So I had to drop it down on the list a little bit. Now wait a minute. You screwed my list up.
I screwed your list. That's literally your list.
No, it isn't my list.
What do you mean? It's what you sent me.
No. You got